Some of you may or may not like this video, but I'm going to answer this question. It was kind of a deep question. Somebody asked me, like, okay, well, how does choice affect finance? And because the idea is that there's so many gurus that are talking about how, well, just make better choices with your money, et cetera, et cetera. Like, okay, well, hold on. Let me, as with all things, science will show up and spoil the shit out of all the gurus and all the fake nonsense. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Think about it how thermodynamics works. Does cold exist? No. We know that cold doesn't exist. Cold is just, there is a lack of heat, but cold itself doesn't actually exist. So think of your choices as a lack of options. Because see, if it was just based on choice, then what you would do is you would say something like, well, I choose to be rich, and then just poof, you'd be rich, right? Well, that's okay, so since it's not based on your choice, we have to look at, like, okay, are there other factors that are affecting this? Which means that you have to look at external factors. And unfortunately, the biggest external factor doesn't have anything to do with where you were born. It doesn't have anything to do with your skin color. It doesn't have anything to do with any of these things. It really doesn't. It has to do with units of measurement. And this is going to, I guess, upset a lot of people, but the reality is that when other people keep messing with the unit of measurement, well, then it doesn't make any difference what choices you make, because the units of measurement are going to be constantly changing. So because that change is a constant, are you following along? Because that change is a constant, it won't make any difference a lot of the choices that you make, right? You can make choices all you want. You can make good choices all day long, and the outcome in a lot of cases will be the same because the unit of measurement is changing. It's being manipulated. This, of course, I'm referring to your currency. I have an entire channel. I've spent years trying to explain this. When you have a currency that is constantly moving in a state of flux, like the US dollar and every other worthless shit paper, garbage, fiat, nonsense currency that exists, it creates the illusion of choice, because then it creates a distortion of what you would want to choose if everything didn't change, right? So if the unit of measurement stayed the exact same, because money is supposed to be a unit of measurement, if that measurement stayed the exact same every single time, then it's much easier for you to say, okay, I can just do a bit more work and I won't lose any more spending power. Do you understand how that works? So I hope that kind of explains it, but I know there's a lot of people trying to say that, oh, it's all based on your choices, blah, 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 and it's like, no, it's really not. Not when you figure the constant state of flux of currency. Fix the currency, and then all of a sudden you'll fix a lot of these problems, I assure you.